Alright everybody, it's been a beautiful morning. I've had myself a nice big breakfast and I've got a large tea next to me to soothe my throat for when I start to run out of energy. So hopefully we'll be able to knock this entire Wily section out in one recording session. That would make me very happy. First off, let's go into our load game. I haven't really shown you this before, but this is how long my first playthrough took me to where we are now. So this is just at the start of the Wily section. It took me about 4 hours. Not counting all the times that I just gave up on a Rainbow Man stage. And then this is the save file from the second last, or I think it's the last Wily stage. So about an hour's difference there, not too bad. But it won't take that long now that I know what I'm doing. And here's where we are now. This is our save file that we're working with. Like I said before, this is going to load every time, but we're going to skip that to go to the shop. Because I want to buy some things. Just gonna make our way through the castle a little bit easier. First thing off, stock up on lives, so that I don't have to restart so often. Make sure I have all the E tanks I need, all the W tanks I need. And then I'm gonna spend the rest of it on spike traps and beat traps. Or beat saves. So the spike guard, it'll just make it so you don't die instantly from spikes, and the beat guard will pick me up if I fall in a pit. It's all optional, and it all just makes it a little bit easier, but I would prefer it just for the recording session for the sake of making things go a little quicker. Did you think that took too long? So did I! And there isn't any shorter version like there was in, I think Mega Man 4 played a shorter version for every other level after the first one, but not in this case. It's just that long every time. Love this background here, probably some of the best sprite art we've ever seen. Unfortunately, the music track, you usually expect like the Wily stages to kind of have the best, most energetic, powerful music of and the most memorable music of the game. This track feels a little anemic to me. Not particularly sure what it is. It doesn't really have a lot of musical meat to it. There aren't any interesting chord resolutions or any interesting harmonies to it. It just kind of, it feels thin, which I don't particularly like. It's another one of those stages where the kind of idea is that you're progressing to the fortress from the outside, and I actually like that a lot in terms of a visual standpoint. Gonna run underneath you there. Now that skateboarding enemy that we passed earlier, if I had tried to run from him, it would have chased me forever, just because of how the game works, like I've explained before, the enemy spawns and the clipping points, which I don't really like. No! I figure if you want an enemy to be a forced encounter, make him a forced encounter. It shouldn't have to be a forced encounter because there's something wrong with your game engine. For example, this is a forced encounter. If I can slide under there, but it just leads to a dead end. Or I suppose I could use Rush to get past that as well, but I'd rather save my Rush because we're gonna need him a lot. You go away. I just said I want to save my Rush, but now I want that health. Oh, that didn't even cost me anything, I'm sure. Oh, no! Hey, that worked out pretty well. And if I can remember correctly, there's another one of these guys. Good, handle that well. Alright, now we have a bunch of tellies. Now, something strange about this game is that most of the time when tellies are used in the Mega Man series, they're put in areas where a lot of them spawn at once, so that you can kind of farm them for energy. Like, here, you know, I can just sit here forever and shooting these guys until I'm back at full health and back at everything full. But that's why there's always a lot of them on screen. Here, if you need energy, you can farm this guy, but, well, it's going to take forever because there's only one coming out at a time, and the fact that he has that shield that can block half of the shots, it kind of betrays the design of the tellies and why we have them. Here we have the glue shot. This game is very much modeled around Mega Man 2 and to an extent Mega Man 9 as well, in that the fortress stages really utilize your weapon design in terms of traversing. While that worked really well for Mega Man 9 because every weapon had a secondary function and a lot of them had traversing functions, this one, the only one that really has any kind of platforming function, is the glue shot, so it's going to be what we're using most of all. So if you like levels that are designed around the glue shot a lot, you're going to like these levels. And if you don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you. Let's avoid these guys here. Like the red sky, now we're moving on to the black sky. So not as interesting, now we're on to night sky. Ugh! Okay. Oop, did not do that well. No! Oh no, oh no, I did not time that well. Wow, I'm sucking. Well, I suppose if I wanted to, I could stand here and farm forever off these tellies, but like I said, that's a little bit more annoying based on their design. And here we have a Force Rush Jet section, in the vein of, say, here, I'm gonna stop here, actually. In the vein of Mega Man 3, the Needleman Doc Robot stage, or there's a Force Rush Jet section in Mega Man 4 that works more to this design in Kozak's castle. Overall, this one's not too challenging. I kind of like its design. You can get kind of screwed if you make some choices to go after the energy refills in poor places. Oh, I don't even need that. I don't know why I grabbed that. I'm at full lives. But overall, I like it. It's a really cool section. And it brings us to our first checkpoint. Now, here's a great example of a room that's made so much better with Jet Missile. I don't even want to have to fight that guy up there and make it tricky on me, so I can just take him out from below. Jet Missile really is my favorite weapon of them all. I find it the most useful. The Rainbow Man's weapon is also very powerful and is great for clearing out a large area, but this one just has so much more utility by making... It makes the game easier for you, which I feel is something that the weapons should always do, like, for a price, even. Let's refill here, because I'm going to need a lot of energy in this level. A lot of energy. Here's another room that just kind of... I kind of actually appreciate the design, because it feels like it doesn't really make any sense, but the fact that it's a broken down castle really helps kind of make that design feel natural, if that makes any sense. Go away. And like I mentioned in Nailman stage, right back in the first video, these platforms weren't really ever used to their full effect until you get to the Wily stages. But it's really neat that they introduced this part of the gimmick, the kind of collapsing part of it, early on in Nailman stage, so that when you see it come back here, you already know what it is, you don't have to be introduced to it again. Let's get rid of you. Now I gotta wait for that platform to come back up if I want to make this easy on myself. For a second I was worried it wasn't coming back. Alright, and you... I don't really need to kill you, but I'm going to anyway. Now, if you were paying attention to the left side of the screen, you'd know how this works pretty well. It's done well in that there aren't any spikes when you walk into this part of the screen, so you can just instantly kind of go for the left side and not have to worry about hitting any spikes. Makes the timing simpler. Go! Oh no. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know why I feel like using Rush Jet, but I don't trust myself in making that jump, and I don't want to have to climb back up. Okay, here's the largest problem with this level. This is the last checkpoint point. Yeah. We still got a ways to go, including a Force Rush Jet section. And let's say you die at the boss, and any first-time player, I guarantee you, will die. And yes, a guarantee. How can I give you a guarantee? But no, this is a guarantee. This is a patented Mac guarantee that any first-time player is going to die on the boss. So they're going to have to replay this section. Now, let's say you use up half of your Rush Jet energy in this Force Rush Jet section, and then you die on the boss, and you come back here, and you try again, and you die on the boss again. You're going to come back here with no Rush Jet energy. That sucks. There are some farming stations up ahead, but still, that's just really annoying, and you shouldn't have to be bothered to put in that effort. Ow. Did not think that through very well. So I could sit here forever and farm energy off of these tellies, this single telly in this one spot that you have to wait forever to actually come down to you. Or, here's a thought, don't put a checkpoint point before a Forced Rush Jet section. I don't know, that seems kind of elementary to me, but it's got past the designers. Yeah, it's just a poor idea. I don't know why. Well, no, okay, I know why. Megaphil has actually stated that he's based his checkpoint placement in the Wily stages on Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. They don't necessarily have a checkpoint right before the boss. They have a little bit more of the stage to go through. But here's the problem. Those levels were like a quarter of the length of this level and the other levels in this game. So you can't really just pluck a design philosophy from one of the other games and think that it'll apply to this one when they have so little in common, especially from a design standpoint. Speaking of kind of, you know, homages, this obviously feels like the dragon from Mega Man 2 in a stage that feels like Mega Man 2. Now, this boss is... basically anything that hits you is a one-hit kill. Oh no. So it's always a good idea to stay back here on these, and moving around on ladders is always tricky on a boss fight. Oh, thank goodness. And he does that to knock you off the ladders. Now, I'm told that you can use Nail Shield to block these, but I would never thought that looking at them. They seem like too large, and Energy Bolts is not something that the Nail Shield seems like it's designed to block. So that's a strange design choice to me. I don't think it's very intuitive. I mean, yeah, it's a shield weapon, but since when has shield weapons really blocked something of that magnitude from a boss this large? So, I don't know, I don't think that's very clear. And the fact that you can't make any mistakes on this boss. I mean, if you get hit once on the ladders, you fall off, you die. If you get hit once standing on the bottom, if you're standing right at the very edge, like the front edge, then you have a chance of not getting hit, but it's unlikely. It's more likely that you're gonna die. So again, another boss that's designed around not letting you make many mistakes and where every hit kills you instantly. I don't like it. We're moving further through this broken down castle. Let's grab some energy here. This one's a kind of plumbing related level, which I think is pretty clever. Hey, thanks for that. I haven't died yet, but I'll take it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ow. Whatever. I'm okay. Just rush through this. I actually really like water stages in Wily levels. I don't know why. Like Mega Man 4's Wily 1, that's one of my favorite levels in the entire series, the Met stage, and its water section is one of my favorite as well. Here again, we just had another Force Rush Jet section, and there's another one. Like, we get it. I'd like us to use Rush Jet, but I feel it's a little bit over-reliant. I was hoping for some health. Oh, I don't need it too badly. Let's keep going. Really like the color of the water here, and the spike placement is pretty neat. Oh, I forgot about that. Thankfully, I got one of those shock buffers. As for the beat calls, when I bought a ton of them the first time I played through the game, and I lost them all in my first attempt on that stupid crab boss. So that was a big waste. But when every hit knocks you off the edge, you know, they're bound to go fast. Now, this is one of the catchier themes. I definitely prefer it to the Wily 1 theme in this game. But this one sounds more pretty than excitable. Not a complaint. I still really enjoy it. Okay, this is one of the most annoying encounters in the game. You have an enemy that's already difficult to hit, and then you put these guys in front to block it. And look how far they spawn back from. Like, I can barely see him. Like, from that distance they spawn, and look! This guy just respawned because I clipped too far back. But if I tried to run from him, he'd be there forever. Oh, I hate this. Like I said, those enemies are already annoying enough as it is, and this level makes them so much more annoying. Oops, don't want to be jumping over there. I thought that was the pit, that was the way to go. Clearly not. Oh, but it's a good thing I stayed behind to fight that guy. I'm rewarded for my troubles. You go away. Ah, okay, I got this. Boom. Really? How did I not make that? That's the first time I've not made that jump. I thought it was just, you know, you just keep going and you can make it fine, but apparently not. I guess there's a trick to it that I don't know. This is a really neat room that utilizes the design of these guys pretty well. You can risk the height jump to kind of take them out, or you could just slide underneath. I usually take them out, but I'm going to slide just for speed. You go away. I don't need a life yet, so I'm fine without those. Oops, a little too quick on that one. Now, I believe this is our last checkpoint in the level. So as you can presume, that's not the coolest. And hopefully we don't have too far to go. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, good. That's actually a very tricky jump, and I've died there many a time. Ow. Let's get through here as well. Boom. Ooh, how do we make it through this? You know what? I know how I'm making it through this. By not making it through this. Ow. I'm okay. Still easier than attempting to make that jump. Please drop some health. Hey, wow. Thank you, gaming gods. And seriously, this one part of the theme is really catchy. Okay, I take back what I said about all of the Wily music not being that good. This one's pretty damn catchy. Or is this the checkpoint? I think this might be the checkpoint. Maybe I was wrong before. Or maybe that was the checkpoint and this is the last checkpoint. I was expecting Yoku blocks to appear here, actually, but no, this is another glue shot segment. Like I said, it's the only real weapon that has any kind of traversing utility, so it's going to be used the most in platforming puzzles here, but I feel if you're going to have forced item usage sections, then have more items with secondary functions. I mean, that's what made it work so well in Mega Man 9, is that every weapon had some kind of secondary function that was really useful, so they were able to balance it out more. Whereas it seems like if you're going to the Wily stages, Glue Shot is going to be your best friend. Here you have a forced tank arsenal section, which I can't say I... Oops. Go away! Ah! Whatever, I got health. Now, if you pick the wrong way, then you have to go back, so it's another one of those trial and error segments that I don't particularly like. Oh. Well, that doesn't really go through there very well. But thankfully I remembered the right way, and I think that was the way I went in my first try, too, so I was lucky on picking the right path. This level's running a little bit choppy. Hopefully it's not just my video stuff, but nothing that I can't deal with. Speaking of most annoying rooms ever, this is ridiculously annoying, good god. Oh my god, I hate this enemy so much. Ah! Seriously, I hate it. I wouldn't even recommend attempting to fight that guy normally. Just use any weapon you want, just use a weapon. For God's sakes. Let's jump across here. I think I'm actually near the end of the level now. Maybe not. Is this a checkpoint? There's too many damn checkpoints. And none of them are where they should be. No, okay, no, that's not a checkpoint. The last checkpoint that I said was a checkpoint. If that makes any sense. Go away. Oh no, he didn't go away. I could use that, thank you. Alright, now this boss, really complicated and not a lot of fighting space, and he has another one-hit kill move. Seriously, guys? I'm already past the 3 strikes you're out rule on this one. Mega Man bosses with one-hit kill moves, it just is not a good idea, I don't like it. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of fighting bosses that have one-hit kill moves. And this one you're pretty much not going to see coming the first time you fight it, and you will not be able to defend yourself against it, so... thankfully, since I already know it's there, it's a little bit easier to dodge, but not by much. Aha! Oh, and I almost died there. As you can guess by me using the glue shot is this weakness. Otherwise, it doesn't really take a lot of damage from any other weapon, and makes it a really long fight. That was the one-hit kill move. He crushes you against the ceiling. Oh, really? These block my glue shot? Oh, well, now I only have one of these to worry about, so this is a little easier. I wasn't certain if each of those tentacles had its own health bar, but I guess now I know. Uh-oh. Okay, I can make this. You gotta make sure you jump to the very top of your jump. And wow, I'm actually really happy that I was able to beat this guy on my first try. I had a lot of trouble with him in the past. But yeah, another level down. Overall, I really like its theming. I love the underwater kind of leaky piping setting. But it's, again, there should be a checkpoint in the room right above this. I don't know why there isn't. It's tailor-made for a checkpoint. And I don't like the fact that the boss is one-hit kill move. Song's awesome, though. Love the song. I'll give you that one.